Hello everyone, so I finished the melds for the new crafter gear. Now, before I show you that or anything, I have to really stress this out. Do not use the new gear for anything other than the 6.1 recipes, because it spirit bonds much slower than the previous gear. So be sure to not get rid of your previous gear and keep it for spirit bonding reasoning, because you will lose out on tons of gil by using the new gear. So make sure you keep your old set and use it when you're not doing 6.1 recipes. So just keep using the previous old macros and gear when not doing 6.1 recipes. So you only use this when you are doing 6.1 recipes. Alright, so here are the stats. 3637 craftsmanship, 3869 control, and currently I have the food buff of chai on, 78 CP and 76 control. I have the food buff on currently, so these stats are with the food buff. And I'll go through the gear. You can copy the melds and you can pause the video if you want. I'll also leave a link, Teamcraft link for the melds in the video description. Tools are melded the same way, basically. I have prioritized control over craftsmanship because they added a new food which gives a ton of craftsmanship. So if we ended up needing more craftsmanship in 6.2, I can use that food instead. So that's why I only melded craftsmanship when I couldn't meld more control, basically. Full priority was on control here and CPU. The accessories are the same melds as before, nothing changed. We didn't get new accessories. That will be in 6.3. Okay. So that's the melds. Now let's show you the macro for the 6.1 recipe, 70 durability. Special thanks to Lilybot in my Twitch chat for working this macro out with me. So make sure you have this food and you need craftsman syrup. Okay, here is the macro. And you need one HQ material to guarantee HQ. Most of the time you will get HQ regardless, even if you're not using HQ mats, because most of the time you at least get a couple good conditions. But to precisely 100%, you have to use one HQ material. First, let's do one without HQ materials. Let's do a trial synthesis. Macro number 1. This gear is basically to prep you for next patch. You're more than fine to use the previous gear with cheap melds, as I've shared already on my channel. You don't need this gear, but it adds quality of life not having to use as many HQ materials. It's just basically quality of life for another 4 months. No, actually. Yeah, 4 months, because we're gonna need it in 6.2. So it's just quality of life reasons and just to prep you for 6.2. Okay, macro number 2. We didn't have any room for tricks of the trade, so we cannot avoid poor on Bairegot's condition. Poor condition on Bairegot's blessing. So if you wanna use this macro, you will have to deal with the off chance you might get Bairegot's on poor. Alternatively, you can still use it, but you're gonna need to use more HQ mats in that case. See, we're off 300 quality, 94% without any HQ materials. So if we had used one HQ at least, we would have made it. Let's use one real craft and use one HQ material this time. Okay, macro number 1. So yeah, I personally won't be using this macro unless I'm watching something and can't be bothered to manual craft. Most of the time I'm manual crafting, I'm not actually using these macros that I'm sharing with you. Because manual crafting, for one, it's more fun to do, and number two is you can control the craft. Like, if you get excellence and good conditions, you can build your inner quiet stacks faster, and you can finish the craft in even less steps and have not need HQ material at all with that. So feel free to come hang out in my Twitch where I manual craft a lot. Manual craft these a lot. And I can show you how much better it is to manual craft. I understand though, you may not wanna pay attention to the game and maybe watch something while you are macroing these. That's reasonable. That's a good reason to use macros, but if you're paying full attention to the game, why are you using macros? It's way better to do manual craft. Well, that was excellent. That doesn't count. Damn it. Why does this always happen when I record a macro video? I don't want to get excellent and I get it. When I want to get excellent, I don't get it. Damn it. Okay, let's do this again. Should add the macros to my hotbar as well. But yeah, this is pretty good, not having to worry about HQing many materials. You would do just fine by HQing the non-master recipe materials, like the integral log, chondrite ingot, AR cayenne cotton. Those ones. Those ones are way easier to HQ too. So it just adds quality of life to do these melts, nothing else really. You don't need to do it. Seven CP, 0 CP to spare actually. So we do need the full HQ syrup, 16 CP. We need at least 16 CP to do this macro. If you don't want to use the syrup, you can remove one of the first innovation in the macro. You can remove that one. This way you will save the CP and it makes you not have to use the syrup if you want. But you will have to make up for it with one extra HQ material. So you have that option if you want. Alright, so there you go. Hope this helped. If you found it helpful, please give the video a like. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to support the content further, you can do that on Twitch or Patreon, where I will post these guides earlier on Patreon. Thank you so much for all the support, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.